We look up at extreme wealth and assume those individuals have reached a final, superior end state of the human experience. To test that assumption, look back to the ultimate historical baseline for absolute dominance, Prophet Solomon, a king who possessed dominion over humans, jinn, and nature itself. Contrast his peak earthly existence with the lowest possible societal baseline of the time, an exhausted, dirt-covered farmer laboring manually in a barren field. Does the vast chasm between the king's absolute power and the peasant's total poverty actually represent a true chasm in their human well-being? Solomon's massive, unstoppable procession swept past the exhausted farmer's field, an overwhelming wave of continuous momentum and power. But the farmer didn't shrink in awe or sink into envy. He simply paused his labor and recorded a realization to himself. God revealed this quiet remark to Solomon, commanding him to halt the entire kingdom's procession to listen to this specific peasant. True wisdom has a habit of inverting traditional hierarchies. To hear it, an empire was forced to pause for a peasant. The farmer presented Solomon with a simple analytical argument, starting by evaluating the physical state of both men exactly one day in the past. Yesterday, Solomon experienced immense luxury, while the farmer endured physical fatigue. This diagram shows how time evaporates those physical states. Neither pleasure nor pain survived into the current moment. They hit zero. Yesterday's meal does not satisfy today's hunger, and yesterday's exhaustion doesn't weigh down today's muscles. Their pasts hold the same physical value. Viewed through the strict lens of time, temporary suffering and temporary luxury cancel each other out. Discarding the evaporated past, the farmer shifted his temporal analysis forward to focus on the future. There is an obvious disparity in their earthly security right now. Solomon is insulated by massive protective armies, while the farmer remains vulnerable. Here we see their trajectories mapped out. Despite massive protective resources on one side, their biological endpoints are identical. Mortality is a flat horizon. Death ignores all accumulated wealth, status, and protective barriers. The future cannot be bought or negotiated. The king's vast resources are rendered useless against the final equalization of mortality. If the past has evaporated and the future is identical, the only measurable difference between the two men exists right now, in the present. Solomon is cosmically accountable for everything in his massive kingdom, while the farmer is only accountable for himself. This ledger reframes every worldly asset into a liability. Solomon's column is a towering stack representing millions of people. The farmer's is a single entry for his soul. Accumulating power doesn't increase freedom. It multiplies your complex burden. Immense wealth and power do not improve the baseline human condition. They merely multiply its burden. A heavy silence fell over Solomon. The illusion of a carefree, perfect life vanished under the weight of the peasant's logic. His perspective shifted. He no longer viewed his vast empire with pride, but instead felt the gravity of absolute responsibility. Clarity emerges when you recognize the hidden, inescapable cost of every asset you already hold. We covet the lives of billionaires and influencers because we only look at their superficial assets. This ancient interaction illustrates the fiqh of priorities, the intellectual understanding of what truly matters when viewed on a cosmic scale. Wishing for another person's wealth or status means volunteering to take on their massive, terrifying audit. True peace is found within the small, manageable scare of your own life, because ultimately that is the only ledger you will ever have to answer for.